just a reminder in case your mind is
I'ma wear a
blank,
dress if I want to. Green hat, fishnets if I want to. Smoke, drink, do drugs if I want to. I ain't really trying to impress you. I'ma be as bad as I wanna be. You can be as mad as you wanna be. I'ma spend whatever when I'm shopping.
Hey guys, what's up? Good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. So today, I didn't cover it very well on footage wise, but I did take a lot of videos and a lot of pictures, and I just want to explain like what happened, what the experience was like, and how fun it was. Sorry about the background noise. My ferrets just always happen to be awake when I start recording. So let's get right into it. So to start out the day, I woke up pretty early. My best friend had her driving test to go take, and that was no problem. Okay, let's go. So first thing that happened in the morning is I tweeted BlackBear saying like, you know, welcome to Cleveland. Can't wait to see you in like 12 hours. Well, he liked it. Like, today's gonna be a good day. We went and did all the stuff that we needed to do. She passed, by the way. She now has her license, and as soon as we got home, I bought 4 phone chargers because I was scared that my battery's gonna die through the whole thing. So I went and bought a lot of chargers. We charged those for like a good hour, and then we headed out to Cleveland, Ohio. So the ride there was pretty, I don't like when other people drive, so like I kind of freak out about it. But so we finally get there, and there was a little bit of a line. We got there at about 12:40, 1 o'clock, 1 p.m., you know. And there was a little bit of a line. So it wasn't like a huge line, but it was, you had to walk down a little bit. So we sat down, and this is just general admission line. This isn't VIP or skip the line. We sat down, and there was these girls there. They were pretty cool. They were really chilled. We didn't think to bring a blanket or anything like that because we thought that they weren't gonna let us in with it. So we were like, okay, no problem. We just sat down, you know, the ground wasn't really dirty or anything. So, you know, we were just chilling. We started playing cards and everything. And then this lady came out and was like, does anybody have skip the line passes or VIP? So I was like, I have skipped the line. And she was like, well, you gotta go through the cafe, and there you guys will be waiting in a room there. So we went to the House of Blues venue, and I guess there's like a cafe and a gift shop that are together, and you could either buy something that's like worth of $20, or you could have bought the skip the line pass beforehand. So we were like, okay, no problem. We go back there and we get to this room. They told us it was gonna be hot. They lied. It was freaking scorching in that room. We were over there like, why do we have to like stand in a hot ass room when we bought skip the line passes? So not only was it hot, it was like the garbage place for like all the restaurants that were there, and it smelled so bad. So we're in this like, it was a pretty long room, and you know, I'm like, I'm gonna freaking die if I don't get some air, because they told us we couldn't open the front door. So I walked to the back door. I opened it a little bit and I could see Bear's bus. Now I closed the door and I freaked the out. Like, I was like, oh my god, that's his bus right there. So I kept telling Michaela, hey, let's go. Like, let's go to his bus. But at the same time, I didn't want to invade his personal privacy and space. I know, like, for me, that would be kind of weird if somebody walked up to my bus and was like, hey, can I get a picture with you? So these other girls came, which they were cool girls, but we most definitely should have been before them because we were there like an hour before them. But we weren't standing at the front of the door, so doesn't matter. So they go to the front of the door and they stood there, and we were like, okay, so maybe we should go get in line. So we got in line, and we were the second in line of the skip the line passes. So my mom texted me and was like, hey, where are you at? And I was like, okay, Michaela, hold my spot. I'm gonna go talk to my mom real quick. I called her and was like, are you coming over here? And she's like, yeah. So she actually snuck back there. She told the lady that she had a pass, and you know, she didn't. So she came back there, and I was like, Mom, his bus is back there. So we walked outside, and I was like, Mom, I really, really want to go see him. And she was like, okay, let's go. So we started walking, and I seen this skinny white guy walking past, and I was like, is that Bear? And I seen his pink hair, and I was like, that's Bear. So I was like, Bear, and he didn't stop, and I was like, Bear! And he like turned around, and I was like, can you take a picture with me? And he was like, yeah, no problem, babe. And I was like, do you really want to call me babe? Because you don't want to start something you can't finish. But no, he took like hella pictures. He was just over here like posing and shit. I wasn't ready. I'm over here shaking, holding the camera. I'm like, oh my god, I'm really meeting you right now. I told him like, I love you so much. And he was like, I love you too. And like, I gotta go though. And I was like, okay, me too. Like, so I ran back to the door. Like, I just left my mom. I ran back to the door because I wanted to tell my best friend. So I ran in there, and you know, I like yelled it. I was like, I just met Bear. And they all kind of like, yeah, okay. And then I walked up to my best friend and I showed her the picture. And they were like, you really did. Like, they all got jealous, and I was over here like, you're damn right. So with that, guys, I always say, like, if you speak it out into the universe, that it will come true. So if you're really, really adamant about it, it will come true. I said to myself for days, weeks since I bought the tickets, I'm going to meet Bear. I don't know how, I don't know when, but during that concert, during that, you know, time, I'm going to meet Bear. And I did. So we get back to, I got back in my spot, and it was like hot in there. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get some water, you know, because it was hot. And I did get water, and I came back to the line. They gave me like this thing that was this big, and I'm over here like, damn. And I didn't want to go to the bathroom while I was there, like during the concert, because, you know, once you're out, you're out. Like, you can't get back in your spot. Because it's a general admission concert, which means we were packed in there like sardines. So, hours were going by. Everybody was starting to draw on the walls and shit. I drew on the wall 3 times. And Michaela drew on the wall. She made like a little design in her little flower thing. So from that, we were standing in that line from about 1:30 till 7. Because they were not letting us in early. They were like, you guys have skipped the line passes, but that don't mean shit. Like, you're still gonna like wait. They were like, just wait a couple more minutes. So at about 6 o'clock, maybe 6:30ish, this guy comes in. He pulls in a chair, and he like kind of puts it in front of the door. He didn't prop the door open, but he put it in front of the door. Which, by the way, we had the door open because it was so hot, and there was like air conditioning right where that door stopped. And we were like, well, why couldn't you just put it in here? But whatever. So he comes in, he puts a chair down, and we all thought he was about to sit down. So we were kind of getting mad. We were like, excuse me, the f. So he, you know, tells us, hey, we're bringing water in. He brings 1 sleeve of cups with this big ass thing of water, and he's like, don't kill each other over it. And I just looked at him, I'm like, are you encouraging this right now? Like, okay. And people, like, when you're going to these events and stuff like that, if you get skipped the line passes or VIP or whatever, you see the line. Don't act like you don't. People that came like an hour before the show would come and they would stand in front of the door. Like, that is so fucking rude. Like, we were here for so long. We were standing for so long. Get your ass to the back of the line. Like, don't tell me that you don't see the line that's all the way down the hall. So, come on. Don't try all that shit where you're just like, okay, well, I'm gonna kind of stand at the front so I can get there first. If you're not there early, then you need to get to the back of the line. Like, no, like, bullshit about it. If you are not there early like that, then what do you expect? Early bird gets the worm, right? So we had so many people try to stop at the front of the door. And then they would act all surprised when you're like, this is the front of the line. Like, go. We like made a little pathway like that way. But finally at like 6:58, they were like, okay, we're gonna let you guys come in. General admission opens the doors at 7, get to your spots. And then they started shouting, no running. And we're like, okay, bye. So they let us through this door, and it was like fucking trampling each other, even though they kept yelling no running, and we're all over here like bye. So I got to the front, me and my best friend got to the front, like we were literally touching the bar. I'm excited. Front row, baby! And then the place started to fill up, and it was like, when I say fill, it was full. And so we were standing there for another hour. The show didn't start till 8 o'clock, and we got in there at 7. So we stood there for an hour. And then finally they let on a little Aaron. I will play some clips of that. They let on LA. And then they let on 24 hours. I would have to say my favorite performer out of all of that was LA. He had some good tune, like good voice. And then it was like another like 30 minutes before Bear came on, because they had to play some trap music stuff, like. So then he finally came on stage, and I lost my shit. Like, I can't even explain. So keep in mind, I'm in the front row, and the people behind me were non-stop jumping. Like, it felt like this girl was humping me. She was all up on me, and I was like, okay. Like, okay girl, you have your fun, but can you like just take it down a notch? It was the openers. Like, unless that's your favorite person on this earth, please just take it down a notch. So finally he comes out, and you know, we were trying to get him to take my phone the whole time. Like, that was what I was most concerned about, but you know, that didn't happen. We were kind of really far away from the stage. Well, not like super far, but pretty far. jumping and everybody was getting really hyped for him and everybody was like, you know, doing their thing, and it's just like people started pushing to the front. So I was getting pushed up against the bar. At one point it felt like I couldn't breathe, but I kept it together because I didn't want to get pulled out. Guys, please drink water. If you go to any of these shows, drink water. Like, don't think that you can make it the whole time without drinking water, because you are screaming the entire time and it is hot and there are people touching you like crazy. So with that being said, there was this girl that her little group of friends made their way to like the middle of the crowd and they were pushing everybody else. So we got pushed up to the like bar and we were almost getting pushed over it. It was pretty bad. So this girl gets to the middle and she starts screaming, "I'm gonna fucking kill everybody. Get the fuck out of my way. Like, I'm gonna fucking throw up." And we're just like, who is this and where is this girl at? She better not be behind me. We're over here like, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, so she finally gets out of the crowd. Security finally grabbed her. And yeah, so guys, just please make sure that you are drinking water and make sure that you are okay throughout the whole thing. So that happened, and then, you know, the crowd's going crazy, everybody's going crazy for Bear, and he starts like throwing water at everybody. Like, he would take a drink of it and he would just go like that and throw it. And it was kind of weird because I caught some of it in my mouth. I wasn't standing there with my mouth open. I was talking. And I was like, at least I hope that was his, because, I mean, even if it wasn't, that's still kind of weird. But it happened, so whatever. But it wasn't like enough to, just whatever. So after that, he was performing, he went off stage and they started playing like throwbacks. They played like Miley Cyrus and the Backstreet Boys. And we were like, what the hell? This isn't what I paid for, but everybody was singing, so. And then he came back out and he went through the set list, played some things that were only on SoundCloud. The only song he didn't play was Chateau. And I'm not really sure why. I know he was sick, or he was feeling like sick or something. He posted a picture of it on Snapchat or Instagram. So maybe that song's too hype for him, but I don't really know. He didn't play it. I don't really care. It's not my favorite one on the album anyways. So, but everybody around me was getting mad. They were like, he didn't play Chateau. And we're just like, shut up. Who cares? So, yeah, I mean, it was an overall really good experience. Getting out of there, you know, I met Lil Aaron. He took a picture of me. He was really cool. And we just kind of like, you know, got out. It was really cool. I had a good experience. Definitely will be going back. He said there's going to be one in October. So if you are going to that, let me know. And hey, let's meet up. Let's take some pictures and shit. So I'm going to that. I know for sure I'm getting VIP too. So the other thing about Bear is he only gives out like 20 VIP or less because he has pretty bad anxiety. Now, he is really cool about taking pictures with people, but don't like run up to him. I've heard that from a lot of people, is that when you run up to him, you can give him really bad anxiety. So the way I did it was I yelled his name. I didn't like run after him. I just kind of, hey Bear, can you take a picture with me? And he said, yeah, no problem. And I was like, cool. So guys, be respectful. Always be respectful of these people because they are people. Always remember that your favorite celebrity is a person. So whether or not they have 10 followers or 20 million followers, they are still a person. And if you don't like to be approached that way, then you shouldn't approach other people that way. Now, if somebody else out in the street, hey Tiffany, can we take a picture? No problem. Like, yeah. But if you're running after me, I'm probably going to punch you or run the other way. So you gotta look at it as that because they are people. So I hope you guys enjoyed all those clips and pictures. I did not take all of them. I will put a little something like by them to say like these are not my pictures. Some of them my best friend took. She got some really cool pictures. I took more videos than pictures just because I'm a videoaholic. But she did get some really cool shots and I'm very, very proud of her. She took the whole thing like a champ. We stood for at least 9 hours. We got there at 1 and we didn't leave till 11, so it started for like 11 hours actually. I was in brand new Converse, by the way. We had an overall really, really good time. 10 out of 10, I'll be going back. He was a really good performer. He gave it his all even though he was sick, and it was just one of the best performances I have ever seen. Even though it's like one of the only ones I've seen, like Roman Atwood and stuff. I don't know if you would count that. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, but I'm going to say the quote of the day. So we didn't realize that we were making memories. We just knew we were having fun. Guys, that's what this was for me. I was having so much fun. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about my feet hurting, how sore I was gonna be today. I just had fun. I let loose. I went crazy. I was jumping. I went crazy. So guys, have fun. Just make those memories. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about anybody else. Just have fun. Do your thing. That's all I ask from you guys. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end off the vlog here. I hope you guys loved it and enjoyed it. And I really hope I don't get copyrighted for these videos. But it's okay. So I will be here tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.